Sorry about that, guys. Just give us a few minutes while Barbara and Danielle join back.
Hi guys, Barbara's back.
Sorry about that. I'm going to make you a co-host real quick.
Okay. Oh, and I see Danielle's back too.
Yay. Okay, cool. We're back at it. Everyone good? Cool. Okay. So Megan, does like tips and tricks sound good, or do we just want to like open up the floor to like a general Q&A?
Yeah, either or works. If you kind of want to go over best tips and tricks, then we can open like Q&A at the end if that works.
Awesome. Cool.
Perfect.
We don't think this will end again, right? Was it just me? It wasn't just me, right?
No, it was our Zoom link. Our webinars have been messed up, so it was on our end. Sorry about that.
No, all good. I was just like, what just happened? Okay, cool. Well, I'll just get right back into it. Glad to see you all are still here. Let me pull up my tips and tricks. Cool. And then let's see if I can share my screen. Awesome. We can see a nice little slide that's just plain, it says tips and tricks.
You bet. You got it.
Cool. All right. I'm going to put it in slideshow. And then my PowerPoints have also been weird where like sometimes it just doesn't even move forward. So if it lags, so sorry about that. But starting off with tips and tricks, if you guys haven't done this, I really recommend adding yourself as a user to Homebot so you can see that client experience. So if you go to add client, put in your own personal information, that home address, that loan info, you can explore your own personal digest and click through those modules. And it just really helps you get more familiar with exactly what is getting sent out on your behalf to your clients. And then you can also do the same thing with the buyer's experience as well. So for the buyer's experience, we just need that first name, last name, email address. And then there's a third module there, and just click add as a buyer. And then you'll be added as both a buyer and a homeowner. So just recommend, if you haven't done this yet, go ahead and add yourself to Homebot so you can get super familiar with the digest. Any questions on this piece? Cool. And then expanding that 30-day performance. So most people don't realize that they can expand more details there. So when you log into Homebot, the first thing you're going to see is that activity feed. You can click more details and it'll tell you more insights about what is being sent. So for example, here it's saying you have 19 homeowners across those 19 homes, but 3 of them couldn't be sent because there was email or data issues. And when you click into the email or data issues tab there, it'll take you to the issues tab and you'll see exactly what the issue may be. So if someone has an incomplete email address, maybe they unsubscribed, and then you can proactively reach out to them if there's a specific client and you're like, hey, why'd you unsubscribe from this? Like, I think that you might really like to receive this. A lot of times they don't even realize that it came from you and that it's actually really good information. Maybe they thought it was kind of like spammy at first and they didn't even click into the email. Once they do click into the email, they'll of course see your branding and they'll see what it is. But just a good way to touch base with those clients. You can also refer to it as a little opportunities tab instead of an issues tab. So proactively reaching out to those clients, making sure you have the correct address for them, making sure that that they meant to unsubscribe if you think that they maybe didn't mean to unsubscribe. So definitely recommend checking out your issues tab and seeing what maybe popped up there. There's different filters you can also filter by. So anyone that maybe is going cold, that maybe they haven't opened the digest for the last 3 months. And then there's another one, there's going cold, and there's something else, Barbara. What am I missing?
There's going cold. There's he unsubscribes, the incomplete email addresses, or an incomplete address. Good opportunity to call and see if they, like you said, what's your updated address?
And maybe they just like forgot a letter or something that they forgot to give you or just got uploaded wrong, but that's what it was. So going cold is they haven't opened it in 3 months, and then cold is they haven't opened it in 6 months. So just touching base with them, making sure that they're seeing the value of what you're sending them. But yeah, definitely recommend checking out those more details and seeing what any issues lie within those clients. Checking the chat. Okay, just Barbara. Awesome. And then understanding client engagement. So I'm sure you've seen client engagement in your activity feed, and you're like, is there a question or Tim? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and mute. Awesome. So that client engagement piece, you're going to see these different like little pills here, like they clicked a listing, they're an active buyer. Like, what does that mean? If you hover over it, it's usually a link to a help center article that tells you where that engagement came from and how you can leverage that engagement. So just by hovering over it and really helping you to understand the different engagement that you're seeing and how you can use that. So if you didn't know you could do that, go ahead and check it out, see that they're requested listing information, and then there's that hyperlink where you can reach out to them there.
So I'm going to also throw one thing in here too, Danielle. When you like using this activity feed and the client engagement in there, do not be afraid to just pick up the phone and call people. I was just talking to someone else, another loan officer, and it was like, well, but what do I say? How do I know what they're saying? Don't worry about that. You can literally just pick up the phone and be like, hey, Amy, I saw that you were playing around in, your Homebot digest. Do you have any questions? Is there something that I can do to help answer for you? Or if you don't even want to tell them that you saw them doing things, maybe you just happen to call them at the right time of, how is it going? Oh, by the way, have you been getting that Homebot digest that I sent out to you? And you know that they have. So I just throw that in there, because don't be afraid to just pick up the phone, and you don't have to worry too much about exactly what to say. They'll tell you what they want to talk about.
Definitely. And then Angela put in the chat here, just asking about how we can find out what the cost for partners are to co-brand. So it is free for 25 or less clients if they join through our freemium plan. So I just want to touch on agent co-sponsorship real quick. I can't remember if I have a specific slide on it, so that's why I just want to touch on it. So you can invite agents to join through a freemium option, and that's in your agents and then your invite tab. So you can send it directly to an agent, or there's a link there for you to post, like calling all agents. If you want to join me on this cool tool called Homebot, you can also promote it that way. But they can join for free up to 25 clients. We're going to ask for their billing information when they do join, because if they go over that 25 client threshold, then we'll begin charging them for our pro plan, which they get up to 500 clients, and it's $25 a month. So that's how that pricing breakdown works for them. And for you on the Neo Enterprise subscription, you actually have a reduced cost of $10 a month per agent. So instead of it being $25 a month to match what they're paying, you're only paying that reduced cost of $10 a month. And then just a note there that you can partner with as many agents as you would like, whereas the agents can only partner with one lender. So it really positions you as that like go-to wealth expert on all those agents digest. So any questions on agent co-sponsorship? Again, I can't remember if I have a slide on this, so I might go over it again, but I wanted to make sure I addressed it in case I didn't have a slide. Cool. We might see it again later. Cool. And then keeping records of those Homebot conversations. So when you have someone that DMs you from Homebot, you're going to receive an email, and you respond directly to that email. So no communications are happening inside Homebot, but it's very easy for you to just respond to that email and it gets sent directly to the client. But if you want to keep a record of that Homebot conversation inside Homebot, the way you can do it is go to that homeowner from the homeowners tab, or that buyer to the buyers tab. You scroll down just above that client's all-time activity. You can add a note there. So just keeping records, staying organized, since there's no conversations happening inside Homebot, if you just want to make a note of it. And yeah, you can do that there. And it's just above those all-time client activities. So on that previous slide where we talked about the last 30 days activity, when you click into a homeowner or buyer, you're going to see the activity from their entire lifetime on Homebot. So if you haven't touched base with them in a while and you want to know like what have they been up to outside of the last 30 days, when you click into their profile, you'll see everything that they have ever done. So also helps give you an idea of where their head is at, how you can help them with their goals, comes off as less of a cold call because you already know what they're thinking. So I really recommend just leveraging that activity that you're seeing from Homebot and use that to drive that conversation. Anything you want to add there, Barbara?
No, I think you nailed it. Covered
Cool.
it.
And then, so we're going to go over prospecting on Homebot. So mining that activity feed. So you can use different filters that we have. You can use the motivated client alert filters to easily locate any clients that are looking to sell or refinance. You can filter by specific engagement using more filters that we have. You can sort your activity by those active homeowners or active buyers. So when you're going into your activity feed, if you're seeing just a lot of stuff and it's overwhelming, you don't know what to do with it, just filter through it, make it a little more digestible. If there's something that you want to focus on that week, like I want to focus on all the clients this week that requested a CMA, you can just click that and then it'll filter by that and use that as your call list or use that as your list of people that you need to reach out to. So it just helps make it easily digestible, focus on those clients that you need to focus on for that week. You want to focus on anyone that has specifically messaged you, make sure you didn't miss any emails. So yeah, recommend mining through that activity feed and just checking out those high engagement clients and reaching out to them through that way.
One of my favorite ones is self-added as a buyer. You guys don't sleep on those either. Those are really good. If anybody gets a notification that says, you know, your client so-and-so started exploring markets, that and self-added as a buyer, that means someone that is getting a homeowner digest has clicked into something so that they start receiving the buyer side. They've clicked into something that shows they're taking an action that they might be a buyer. So whenever you get those are great people to reach out to. Get them pre-qualified before they go off on their, home search journey. I always look for those.
Yeah, those are good ones because it's so like organic that they're playing around in their digest and they're starting to see like, what can I do with my equity? Like maybe I could buy like my dream home. And so you can reach out, get them pre-qualified. So that's just like such like a high engagement piece there that you'll want to reach out to those clients for sure. Cool. Next thing is sorting your homeowners by high equity. So when you go to your homeowners tab, we have different filters there. Like you can sort by the value of their home, the estimated equity, their balance and their rate. If you click on those small arrows next to the equity, and you can sort by highest to lowest. So just seeing those clients that have a ton of equity built up in their home and reaching out to them. And you can investigate their report as well. So by clicking into their name, you can preview their digest, start figuring out if they have good selling indicators, when did they last refinance. So I really recommend checking out that high equity piece there and reaching out to those people saying, did you realize that you have so much equity built up in their home? Like, do you have any idea what you could be doing with this right now? And reaching out to those clients as well. So that's another great piece to filter by and reach out to those clients. Cool. Oh my God, I have agent co-sponsorship on here. So why you should co-sponsor. So co-sponsoring with real estate agents, it gets your brand in front of their network and it really extends your reach. Lenders who sponsor with agents reach an average of 330 additional clients, and that results in 86% monthly reach increase and 50% more client conversations. So that is huge for your brand. You're getting your brand in front of an exponential amount of clients just by co-sponsoring with agents. It also helps strengthen your agent partnerships because, like I said, they can only partner with one lender at a time on Homebot, and you're going to be co-branded on all of their digests that get sent out to their client database. So you'll be co-branded on those financial related modules. So any refinance scenarios, and then that pre-qualification. So an agent's clients can reach out to you directly from their digest asking for a pre-qualification. That notification from that agent's client gets sent directly to you. The agent will also be notified, just keeps them in the loop of what their clients are up to. But it's just such a great way to expand your reach because you're just getting your brand organically in front of these clients, and you're paying $10 a month to get in front of however many clients your agent has. So like such a low cost, cool way to get your brand out there.
Danielle, there's a loan officer that I was talking to that sponsors like 30 agents. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, Barbara, I'm paying an additional $300 for like his $10 part. He's like, I'm paying an additional $300 for this, but he added it up and he was like, I am in front of 13,000 additional clients.
Oh my goodness.
He's never met before. So when Danielle's talking about a great way to expand your reach, or maybe if we have some loan officers that are a little bit newer and you don't quite have that large database yet of closed clients, this is by far my favorite, most important, I think biggest bang for your buck extra thing that you can do with Homebot to really level it up.
For sure. All that good stuff. So agent co-sponsorship is such a huge piece within Homebot. I think I have a couple more slides here about it. Yep. Have a fun little Giphy here. So we have Michael, the loan officer. He has his past clients and his prospective buyers uploaded, but he's partnered with Wendy and she has 182 clients. So we're just watching his reach grow as he's partnering with these agents. Mary, she's a rock star. She has 984 clients, and we just watched his reach go from 700 to 2,200, $30 a month. And he's reaching all those additional clients by being co-branded on those digests. So just a huge piece of Homebot, and just to continue to get your brand out there. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. So partner with your agents, reach out to those agents. If they're interested in Homebot, they can try it for free. So if they want to just dip their toes in for no cost to either of you, up to 25 clients, they'll see that organic engagement that they're getting from Homebot, and then they're going to start adding the rest of their database in there and just watch that activity grow. You're getting your brand in front of all of them. So even if you have someone on the fence, offer that freemium version to them, and then you could get your brand in front of all those clients. Cool. And this is how that'll look. So you have the real estate agent's brand on the top there, and then your branding will be on those finance related portions. So they can reach out and proactively ask, like, what are my cash out options? They're asking about refinance. They'll see your branding. You can even put a video in there if you would like to. So we have the intro to refinancing video, and you can introduce yourself to those agents' clients. Say, hey, I'm the lender. If you have any questions about refinancing or pre-qualification, reach out to me. And it's just a great way to build that trust with your agents' clients as well. So lots of cool stuff available for you to spruce up your digest, and also just reaching out to those agents' clients. I do want to note that you're not going to see an agent's database unless those clients proactively reach out. So that's so important for your agent partners, that you're not seeing their database. They want to keep it safe and protected, and we're all about that. We keep everyone's data safe inside Homebot. So you're not going to see their clients' information again unless they reach out to you. If they reach out to you, it unlocks that for you so that you can touch base with that client and help them with whatever their goals may be. But just wanted to note that when you inevitably have an agent ask, wait, so you can see my database? No, you can't. So just so you know that part. I'm going to check the chat real quick. Cool.
So Danielle, I think we do have a question. I don't know if you want to address this now, but about values and stuff, or we can wait a little bit towards the end, but whatever you think.
Yeah, okay. So Megan said that the meeting is going to end right at 2:30. That's the time slot that we have. So in 5 minutes, it's going to end. So I think we can address it now. So Brian talking about the value dropping. Totally understand the frustration that happens here. We did recently switch our data providers. So that is exactly why this happened. So it's nothing like crazy that is unexpected. But we did switch our data providers. So there is some difference in where we're pulling our data from, but I think in the long run, it's actually going to be more beneficial because it's actually a more robust data provider. But the data did change. So with those crazy drops that may have happened, just reach out to us and we can look into it and get those numbers back where they were. So over time, this is going to be a better thing. But I know that there's some frustrations happening as we switched, as does happen when you're switching a data provider and millions of people's data are going through transition.
And if I can just add something to kind of help as a suggestion too, in the meantime, like Danielle said, we completely get it. What I have done and what a lot of folks have done is utilize the video feature within Homebot, that video email feature. And I have a lot of folks that are sending out video messages to all of their homeowners saying, hey, by the way, we've had some tweaks in Homebot. Go look at your value. If you think it's off, don't panic. Just reach out to me and we'll fine tune it and get it to the right place. That way you're telling them and you're kind of alleviating that stress, or you trying to have to explain it. And it data up in space doesn't always know the full story. Let's get you fine-tuned. Don't panic. I've got you taken care of. It reinforces how important it is to have you in their corner too. Just a little tip.
Yeah, for sure. And then for how accurate the estimated value is, so we pull from our new data provider. There are multiple different algorithms that they have. We also take the information that's provided to us during uploaded. So like any loan information that's provided. And then we also pull from public record, and we take the highest of those three numbers. Our data is a little more on the conservative side because we want you to be able to come in and say your home is actually worth more than we think, more than you think, and then it makes you look like this rock star. So that's kind of how Homebot operates. But that is where we pull from, how those numbers all work together. And then they're also able to proactively reach out to you and say like, hey, I made these updates to my home and I think my home is worth a little bit more now. And then that's a CMA request for you to pass off to your agent partners because they're the ones that are on the ground. They know how the market is doing. And you're just passing off those leads to each other. So they can reach out with that CMA request. And again, if they have any specific questions, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to support. Like there's so many, we're all here to support you, and because we had this data migration, there is a little bit of that, what is the word I'm looking for? But like, there's just, what was it?
Wonkiness?
Yes, I was like, kind of, yeah. Where just like that wonkiness can happen. And if there's anyone specific that had a major drop, we'll look into it and make sure that our data provider gets it updated. So please reach out to us and let us know when that happens so we can make sure everything is as accurate as possible moving forward. But in the long run, this is going to be a really good thing. It's going to be much more accurate than our previous data providers. So we're really excited about it. And just use those tips that Barbara provided to let your clients know that it's going to be okay. And there's ways that we can fix this.
Yeah, reach out to us if you want to talk through that anymore, for sure.
Yeah. I think this is going to end in 1 minute. So I'm going to send this deck to Megan and she can forward it out to all of you with all the rest of the best practices that we didn't get to. But yeah, me and Barbara are here for any questions that you have. And Megan will make sure she'll give you my contact information as well. Any questions?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for getting this restarted.
Yeah, sorry about the little mishap, guys.
All good. All right. Reach out to us if you have any questions. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.